I'm going to start this video by stating two things. New Year's resolutions, they're pretty stupid. They're built off false motivation. They're built off quick motivation. You're going to do something for a couple weeks and then forget about it and do it in January of 2025. So when you click on this video, this isn't a how to stick to your New Year's resolutions video. This is a how to change your life in 2024 video. Take the start of a new year as more of a chance to reflect on the past year rather than some like blank slate. Anyhow, I'll stop giving you some anime monologue about mindset and reflection, and I'll tell you the 3 main habits that will completely change your life. These 3 habits, they're terribly simple. Anyone can do them, anyone can implement them. Most people don't. And you know, that'll kind of get you ahead of the pack, you alpha wolf sigma male. But the first thing is the most obvious one, and that's exercising. Out of all the habits I'm going to mention, this one you're probably already doing, you're already considering, you already got your Planet Fitness membership ready to put those weights down really quietly so you don't let off the lunk alarm. Whether it be calisthenics, weightlifting, jogging, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, I don't know, any martial arts, pounding your mom. No, I'm kidding. It'll change you more than you think. Most people see it as, oh, I'm gonna get a good body. But it really does spiral you down this toilet of self-improvement. Your mind becomes more fortified, more disciplined. Your body just becomes stronger. You become more able. You feel better day to day, physically and mentally. It really does go a long way. If you want to start working out at home today or tomorrow, I have free workouts in the description, all home workouts, stuff you can do with bags at your house or just body weight. The next 2 main habits are what I like to call the mental health habits. Honestly, they're the most important habits, and they're meditation and journaling. Meditation is very simple. It's literally just focusing on your breath, breathing, trying to not think pretty much. And I used to think it was some tree hugger shit when I first found out about it. Like, what? Only monks meditate? You gotta be crazy. I got Fortnite to play. Why would I meditate? But then I actually started doing it for like 2 minutes a day, and then slowly increasing it to like 5 minutes a day, sometimes 10. And I can tell you after like a month of that, I felt so in the moment, so present. And then I can also tell you when I stopped doing it for a period of time, I felt so much more glazed over. You know, that feeling, that fuzzy feeling that you're kind of just in your head, you're spaced out. I use this app called Medito, which is very poggers. Fuck, that's a bad voice crack. It's very poggers. Dude, I did it again. And journaling, which is the yang to meditation's yang, something like that. It's more complex, I would say, than meditation, but it is also so simple. Journaling lets you know yourself. It lets you put your thoughts in order. You have puzzle pieces of thoughts scrambled around your head. And they're all over the place. You're constantly thinking. And when you can put the puzzle pieces in their place, you completed the puzzle and you get a cool picture. You know, this analogy is going on way too long. But there's 2 forms of journaling. The first one, you can pretty much do any time, which is gratitude journaling. I like to do it right in the morning because it gets you in a positive mood. And it's literally just like writing 5 to 10 things you're grateful for in your life, whether it be an event, a physical thing, a person, something someone's done. It puts you in such a positive mindset, and it seems like, oh, writing down these girly feelings, you know, what's that gonna do? And I used to think that as well. But when I actually did it, it went a long way, kind of like meditation and kind of like exercising. It's a common thing with these habits is, at face value, they seem kind of useless. They seem kind of stupid. But when you actually do them, they go crazy, they go bonkers. I have 2 videos on journaling if you want to dive deep into that. There's also like a shit ton of videos on the internet about it, so feel free to check those out. Also, I know I said there was 3 main habits I wanted to talk to you about, but I want to give you a little Abrian honorable mention here. That honorable mention being social media and prawn. Quitting prawn, that alone, it completely shifted my life, right? Like, a lot of people say that working out is when they started self-improvement, and I could say the same thing because, you know, I started working out and then I went down the toilet of self-improvement like mentioned before. But I like to say that when I quit prawn is when I really started self-improvement. Prawn does so much to your brain that you just don't realize You don't realize how harmful it is. I have multiple videos about it if you want to learn more about the topic, but basically I can tell you this. Your willy's not going to work if you keep fapping to prawn every day. And maybe it's not true for everyone, but I can tell you, even if your willy works after fapping to prawn every day till you're like 35, your brain's not going to work right. You're going to see women in this lustful way. You're going to see life in this gross way, like constantly horny. You can't control yourself. You can't keep your monkey hand off your monkey cock. Anyhow, that was a little tangent about prawn there. But quitting social media as well is great. I'm not even saying like, oh, you never can watch YouTube. You never can fucking go on Instagram. There's a time and a place for it. And that time and place is not every day for multiple hours, which is what most people do. It's probably what you do. It's probably how you stumbled upon this video. Social media and prawn are the modern addictions of the modern times. Everyone is addicted to them. But the thing about them is they're really not that hard to break from. If you can stop watching prawn for like a month, your brain's gonna adjust to it because it's not a natural thing watching two people pipe on your tablet. It's not natural as it is, so your brain will kind of just defer from it. And the same thing goes for social media. If you can go without it for like 2 weeks, it becomes a lot easier to go without it for a long time. But also the thing about social media and prawn is they're very easy to relapse on. Literally just one time of going down some, bikini rabbit hole or a little scroll sesh, you can completely regain that habit and addiction just like that. Anyhow, I'm rambling on a bit. If you're interested in quitting social media and prawn, I have multiple videos about it, and I'll probably come out with more. So I just shared with you the habits that will shape your life. They will change your life. I promise you that, anecdotally and just looking at other people who have followed them. But these habits are just habits. I'm just some guy talking to you through a screen, right? I may be very incredibly handsome and attract, millions of women and have sex so many times every day. But what I'm telling you is just information. So you need to set up your mind. Specifically, you need to set up your mind for success. And honestly, this part of the video is the most important part. Without the right mindset, you're not going to do anything. You're not going to change your life. You're not going to conquer 2024. You're not going to succeed if you can't set up your brain for success. If your goldfish brain is thinking of clicking off now, I'd recommend you don't. So the first thing you need to do, you need to kind of look at life on a smaller scale. And a lot of people tell you, oh, look at it, a big scale. What are you going to do 5 years from now, 10 years from now? That's what your guidance counselor is always telling you. Nothing wrong with doing that time to time. But you're going to be much more fulfilled, happier. You're going to get so much more done when you look at life day to day. You look at life in a daily sense. And it really is a thing of mindset. Because you can sit there and ponder about next week or, the past month or what you're going to do in a couple months or what you're going to accomplish in a couple months. But if you didn't look at what you accomplished today, what you accomplished in the past couple hours, what you accomplished this morning, you're not going to get anywhere. So the best way to look at life daily is two main things, which is setting up a daily schedule. And that's pretty simple. Literally just sit down for 10 to 30 minutes, write down when you wake up, when you go to sleep, and everything in between, and schedule out what you're going to do. Implement the habits you want to implement the goals you want to implement what you want to work towards. And there's going to be days where you don't stick to it. There's going to be days where you stick to it more. And I'm going to give you this little tidbit of advice that isn't spread a lot, but it's something that is extremely beneficial. You need to set a baseline for every day. And the baseline is going to be pretty low, right? There's going to be days where you're more depressed. There's going to be days where you're sick, vomiting your guts out. There's going to be days you're just failing at everything. And when you have this baseline, you don't do zero, right? You don't just sit there in your bed with diarrhea. You can do a little bit of something, and you can reflect on the day and be like, you know what, that was a success. because I still hit my baseline. This baseline might be literally like 30 seconds of meditation, 10 seconds of meditation, or maybe it's 10 push-ups, 25 push-ups, something anyone could do if they just got up from their bed, ambled to the corner of their room. Maybe the baseline is reading 5 pages of a book. It could literally be any simple, productive habit, but at a lower scale. And I'm not saying to only do that every day, but if you have that baseline for your off days, your discipline, your success, your mind is just going to be more fortified, more fulfilled. Also, with setting up your brain for success, this might seem obvious to some of you, but don't view success in a material way. Don't view it as, oh, once I do this, I'm going to buy this, or I'm going to finally feel happy. That's not how success works. Success is a road, a long road that you go on forever, right? Success is a path that is fulfillment. Fulfillment isn't the end destination. The fulfillment is walking the road. So the next thing I want you to do is take a moment, maybe after watching this video, and reflect on 2023. Like, did you have goals? Did you have New Year's resolutions, right? And did you accomplish them? And if not, how did that make you feel? And if so, how did that make you feel? Did it make you feel happy, sad, neutral? And based off this feeling, you're going to create new goals for 2024. The habits mentioned earlier in this video were habits everyone watching this should implement. But these goals I'm talking about, the goals you're going to set for 2024, they're individual to you. They're your goals. There's something you want to accomplish. There's something your mind obsesses over. Generally, I would say stick to 1 to 2 big goals, right? If you go over that, you're kind of going to be fuzzled. You're going to have too many things to think about. You're going to be jack of all trades, master of none kind of deal. You're not going to really accomplish anything. And I'm referring to them as these goals or your goals. I'm not really giving any specification as to what are the goals. And that's because it really is individual to you, like mentioned before. What is something your mind has obsessed over, something you really want to do, something you really want to work towards? Maybe it's a business, maybe it's building a car. That's something I just thought of right now. It's kind of interesting. And for me, that's obviously this YouTube channel. That's one of my big goals. But I will tell you this, because I could say my big goal is to hit this level of subscribers or make this much money. And those thoughts swirl in my head. I'm like, oh, that would be nice if I made that much by the end of the year. That'd be nice if I had that many subscribers by the end of the year. But my actual goal, how I phrase it and how you should phrase yours is, I'm going to work on blank daily. I'm going to work on blank during this period of the day. I'm going to do this daily, right? You look at it daily. It ties back with setting up your mind for success. You're going to want to set up your goals for success too. Your goal isn't going to be, I want to make $500,000 off my business by the end of the year. Maybe that's in the back of your head. But your goal should be, I'm going to work on my business for 4 hours a day for the rest of the year. That will make you feel so much more fulfilled, so much more successful. Also, I'd like to mention, if you're confused about your purpose, what you want to do, what you really want to work towards, put your energy towards, I have videos on purpose. There's free courses out there that explain purpose very well. And of course, there's thousands of videos on the internet about it. Also, a little shameless plug here. I have one-on-one coaching in which I coach you for 2 to 4 weeks. I put your progress on a pedestal. If you have something that you struggle with, something you really want to progress in, I guarantee progress.
Or 80% of your money back.
There's a link in the description if you're interested. I hope to see you there. I'm going to get real with you, specifically you, Kyle. No, I'm kidding. I'll leave you alone, Kyle. But if you do actually implement these habits and the mindset, both, and you have a goal, all 3, mix it in some soup. I have to go pee. Spitting. If you mix all these concepts together for your 2024 year, you will change your life. I promise you. If you're interested in a self-improvement community, I got the Community of Abrian in the description. It's a Discord server. On that note, I'll see you in the next one.